The Alola region, the introduction of Z-moves, which in my eyes are lame.
Bruh.
I didn't play Sun and Moon by the way, but that doesn't matter. So here we go, 50 useless Alola stats. For this video, only Pokemon that originate from the Alola region will be in the count, not regional or alternative forms, unless stated otherwise. Let's just start. Blacephalon is the only Alolan Pokemon that fails to allocate 10% of all its stats towards HP. The top two highest special attack allocation by an Alolan Pokemon are both electric types. 4 Pokemon from the Alola region allocate 25% or more of all their stats to speed. All 4 are affiliated with the bug type. Guzzlord has the highest HP of all dual type Pokemon. Kartana has the highest attack stat in all of Pokemon at 181. Xurkitree has the highest special attack stat in all of Pokemon at 173. Wishiwashi has the lowest base stat in all of Pokemon at 175. Alola is the region with the highest average attack per Pokemon at 84.8. Alola is the region with the highest average defense per Pokemon at 78.7. Alola is the region with the highest average special attack per Pokemon at 75. Alola is the region with the lowest speed allocation of all regions. The most commonly seen type in the Alola region is both grass and water, both at 13. Alola released the largest concentration of bug-type Pokemon. Alola released the largest concentration of fighting-type Pokemon, being the only region above 10%. Alola is the only region that didn't release multiple Ice-type Pokemon, and also has the lowest concentration. Alola released the least amount of Rock-type Pokemon, and also has the lowest concentration. The most common initial letter for a Pokemon from the Alola region is T, with 12 Pokemon from Alola having this letter. Alola released the most amount of Pokemon that starts with T, and also the highest concentration of all regions. Stakataka has the highest sum of his best 3 stats in all of Alola at 443. Wishiwashi has the lowest sum of his best 3 stats in all of Alola at 110. Lunala and Solgaleo are tied for the highest sum of their worst 3 stats at 293. Wishiwashi has the lowest sum of its worst 3 stats at 65. The 2 heaviest Pokemon all time came from the Alola region. Celesteela is the tallest Pokemon from the Alola region. Alola is the only region to release multiple Pokemons with a height of 0.1 meters. They released a total of 3. Alright, halfway done, just letting it be known my favorite Alolan Pokemon is Tapu Fini. I said this before, so we're gonna be a repeat merchant once again. Alright, halfway done, just letting you guys know my favorite fairy type Pokemon is Tapu Fini. I never even played Sun and Moon, I just like its design. The average base stat for a Pokemon from the Alola region is 449. Araquanid is the closest to this amount at 454. The most commonly seen base stat in the Alola region is 570, with 14 Pokemons having this base stat amount. These are the average stat splits amongst Pokemon from the Alola region. Only Poipole is within 13 points of each of the averages. Likewise, Nihilego isn't within 29 points of any of the averages. If physical stats were removed, Wishiwashi would have the lowest base stat at 135. If physical stats were removed, Lunala would have the highest base stat at 478. If special stats were removed, Wishiwashi would have the lowest base stat at 125. If special stats were removed, Kartana would have the highest base stat at 480. Kartana is the best physical sweeper in the Alola region with a score of 290. Formosa is the best special sweeper in the Alola region with a score of 288. Stakataka is the best physical tank of all time with a score of 342. Nihilego is the best special tank in Alola with a score of 258. Morlul is the worst physical sweeper in the Alola region with a score of 50. Pyukumuku is the worst special sweeper in Alola with a score of 35. Wishiwashi is both the worst special tank and physical tank in the Alola region. Kartana has the largest attack gap in all of Pokemon at 122. Stakataka has the largest defense gap in all of Alola at 110. Formosa has the largest offense score in Alola with 425. Stakataka has the largest bulk in Alola at 373. Formosa has the largest gap between its bulk and offense scores at 280. Wishiwashi has both the lowest bulk and offense compared to all other Alolan Pokemons. Stakataka has the largest gap between its best and worst stat of all Alolan Pokemon at 198. Cosmoem has the largest BMI of all time. Alright, these are the average stat allocations of Pokemon from the Alola region. Only Grubbin and Silvally are within 2 percentage points of each of the averages. Likewise, only Toxapeck and Cosmoem aren't within 5 percentage points of any of the averages. Yeah, those are 50 useless Alola stats. This is the only game I never played, so I'll pretty much be waffling, but that's usual in these videos anyway, so yeah, that's about it.